we don't sit there and try to look at specific. I know they got the Big 12, Pac-12, got into a cat fight, and some media even did that. But he mentioned this after USC lost to Tulane, and that stunning ending. The Pac-12 has not made the college football playoff in the last 6 years. Their record in New Year's 6 games during that time is 1-7.
Wow. I don't even really think about that year to year. But, yeah, that's troubling if you're a Pac-12 fan.
Or maybe a school. And, of course, this comes and goes. Certain conferences have had. I mean, the Big 12, my God, they were 2-6 thanks to Texas Tech and TCU for winning their 2 games.
Yeah, so I don't know. But, I mean, bowl games are a hard thing to measure things on, especially now where you don't even know who's going to come back. Does it benefit you to even play in this game? Players are opting out, and it's just everything's changing. And then that metric is going to be even harder 2 years from now to figure out when the 12-team playoff is there. Like there's going to be the playoff games that'll be kind of easy to judge your performance on and your postseason performance on, but everything else, like, does this get accelerated? Do more people start playing in bowls because there's NIL opportunities? There's just too many questions to even know how to measure a bowl record.
Well, there's clearly going to be more guys playing in these playoff games. I mean, I'm
talking about the other bowl games.
Yeah, I mean, that part of it, I don't think we're going to have an answer to until we get there. That's something that's going to have to wait to be figured out. I think that'll be where the bowls have to, figure out a way to basically pay guys, rather than maybe give them those $300 gift cards in the little store they set up to, you can get however many, these items are worth 2 points. This is worth 2 points. This is worth 1. And you add up to 5, you can get, whatever you want that adds up to 5 points. Like those little kind of gift shop things they do at bowl games. Maybe instead that's, a player just getting a flat, like $2,000 or something. I don't know. That's for people that have to worry about that to worry about. I'm glad to not be in that position as far as that goes. But, with the Pac-12 note, okay, and I'm sure that's chumming the water for, the Big 12 folks that do want to go and argue with the Pac-12 folks and vice versa. And I'm entertained by some of that sometimes, but I'm not going to dunk on them over the playoff thing. I mean, until last week, like the Big 12 really had room to talk. I mean, outside of Oklahoma, nobody had made it. And nobody had won a game, period. Now TCU's changed both those things. So, yeah, the Big 12 deserves to puff its chest out a little bit. They're going to be playing for a national title. They haven't played for a national title since Texas in 2009, right? So it's been a while. And, really, I mean, if they don't win it, then, okay, great. You did something, but you didn't quite get to that mountaintop. It's all about winning it ultimately. But it's a big step forward for the Big 12. There's no doubt. It doesn't necessarily come, though, as a slash to the Pac-12 in any way. I think if the Pac-12 had, seen USC go to the playoff rather than TCU or something, I'm sure there would have been some gloating on the other side of it. But I think most people would have realized, like, okay, it's just, it's luck of the draw sometimes, and different year, different teams, emerge, and it just so happened the Big 12 was able to benefit from it, and USC falls in the championship game and the conference championship game, and otherwise maybe we'd be talking about, being on similar footing. But yeah, I mean, I do think it's alarming that the team that, though you had the closest, I mean, Utah, Oregon, you're still going to have those teams, but yeah, USC's this rising brand, and they're going to be gone here pretty soon. So you're not going to have them to even, be in the mix. And, for the Big 12, they won't have Oklahoma to be in the mix any longer. And Texas never made it, but you still always are considering them. So it's something that both conferences will have to adjust to. And I will say, as of right now, the Big 12 does have a little bit of a lead in whatever race you want to say is being run, because they do have a new face of the franchise, so to speak, that's, going to play for a national title, not just making the playoff, but winning a game and going to play for a title. And it's not a team that's leaving in the next couple of years like it would be if it was the usual suspect in Norman, or like it would be if USC had made it on the Pac-12 side of things. Still very interested to see what all plays into that eventual TV contract that they announced. I mean, it's quite possible the Pac-12 announces a deal that's slightly better than the Big 12's, per school. That's entirely possible. Now, will it be as sexy, being mostly on Apple TV as it's been speculated? Is that how it actually works out in the end? I don't know. I think they're going to be on pretty similar footing. So, yeah, the Big 12's got a little bit more bragging rights, but I still feel like they're, pretty much in the same place. But TCU making the playoff and winning a game is definitely a big feather in the cap for Brett Yormark.